Hello students, today we will continue with our history chapter Bricks, Beats and Bones. Please note down the important information by pausing the video. Okay? The topic which we will cover in this video is like seals and ceilings, then how the Harappan civilization came to an end. Now let us begin with seals and ceilings. You know, dear students, what are seals? See, they are the thing which is stamped. It is an object containing some imbibed or engraved features which is used to stamp the wet clay or some other object. So seals and ceilings were used to facilitate long distance communication. How? Have you ever thought it? As we will proceed, we will understand. When a bag of goods was sent from one place to another, its mouth was tied with a rope. Then on the knot was affixed some wet clay on which one or more seals were pressed, leaving an impression. And if the bag reached with its sealing intact, it meant that it had not been tampered with. The sealing established the identity of the sender. So sealings were basically used for distance communication. As you have seen, an example is given of a bag which is not, its mouth is tied with a rope, okay, and then a wet clay is applied and then a seal is pressed, and this is how it was used as a means of communication. Each seal represented an owner or an institution. So this was clear that this thing has come from whom, or whether it is individual person or an institution which has sent it. Characteristics of seals and script. Harappan seals usually have a line of writing on the top of it. Seal had the name and title of the owner. The seal had a motif, main theme, generally an animal, which conveyed a meaning to those who could not read. So what do you find in the seals? Number one, some writing, some inscription is there, and then we find an imprint of animal, motif, okay, the main theme, an animal figure was there. Seals were basically used to convey the identity of the sender and to facilitate long distance communication. The Harappan inscriptions are short. The script was not alphabetical and written right to left. Many signs were used and they were around 375 to 400 in numbers. The script still remains undeciphered to date. Undeciphered means which is still not understood. All those alphabetical letters which you find on the seals, till today, no language expert, they have understood the meaning of those alphabets. So the research is still going on. We hope that in near future they may understand what is written, and that will bring a new light and new understanding of breakthrough into Harappan civilization. You can see Indus script, some Indus signs very unusual. What do they mean? It's very difficult to understand. Now, apart from seals, we also discover weights. Weights. Exchangers were regulated by a precise system of weights, usually made of a stone called kurt, a kind of stone generally cubical with no markings. Lower denominations of weights were binary 1, 2, 4, 8, 16, 32, doubling, while the higher denominations followed the decimal system. Now, after understanding about seals and weights, let us understand the ancient authority or administration of these cities, how the administration of these cities were carried out. So there are different arguments put forwarded by archaeologists over the central authority of Harappa. Archaeologists and historians, they have their own arguments, but what was the truth, it's very difficult to understand, but we have to come to conclusion. So there are three major views about the existence of a central authority in Harappan society. Number one, some archaeologists are of the opinion that there were no rulers in the Harappan society and that everybody enjoyed equal status. Okay, so first argument is no central authority, there was no central government, no rulers, every individual was independent and enjoyed equal status. Now second view says others are of the opinion that there was no single ruler but several rulers. Mohenjo-daro had a separate ruler, Harappa had separate, and so on. So argument number two, there was no central authority but it was federal structure. There was no singular ruler over the entire civilization. Mohenjo-daro had its own ruler, Harappa had its own ruler, Lothal has its own ruler, etc. The third view says some others suggest that there was a single state. This theory was based on the similarity of artifacts, plant settlements, etc. Okay, those who argue that, the third point, they say that basically there was a single state. Okay, and this theory was based on similarity of artifacts, plant settlement, etc. because we find that all the cities had the same town planning. This shows that there was a single state, there was administration, and it was controlling the entire civilization. All the cities of the Harappan civilization, their town planning was made by a centralized authority. So the last opinion considers being more plausible, as it is doubtful that such complex decisions were made and implemented collectively by entire communities. So the last opinion is solid opinion. It is plausible. We accept it. Okay, probably there was a single state ruling and controlling the entire civilization. You can see the picture of priest king. In examination sometime they may give you the picture, so you have to understand a priest king. Now, end of the civilization. The evidences that reflect the disappearance of Harappan civilization by 1800 BCE, before Common Era. By 1800 BCE, most of the mature Harappan sites were abandoned. People left these cities. The expansion of population and its migration took place towards Gujarat, Haryana, Western UP, and other parts of India. So we find people migrated from Indus Valley region to Gangetic Plains, and some of them moved to the south of India. After 1900 BCE, sites were sites which existed marked the transformation of material culture, that is, disappearance of distinctive artifacts of civilization like weights, seals, distant trade, writing, long distance trade, and craft specialization also disappeared. So after 1900 BCE, we find that many of the artifacts, many of the trends of the Harappan civilization, they begin to disappear. House construction techniques deteriorated and large public structures were no longer produced. This indicates a rural way of life named late Harappan. So what happened? People left the urban lifestyle and they again retreated to rural way of life, which is called late Harappan. Now there are several explanations for the decline of Harappan civilization. The question may come. The reasons responsible for the end of civilization is still unknown, but probable reasons are: number one, climatic change. Climatic change. Probably the moderate climate was changed entirely. Deforestation, because of over construction of buildings and town planning, lot of trees were cut down. So deforestation might be one of the reasons, and we all know that deforestation disturbs the rains, the monsoon rains. Excessive floods, some suggest they were excessive floods. Overuse of landscape, the shifting and drying up of rivers. Rivers change their direction, or some of the rivers they got dried up. Invasion, most probably by the Aryans. Harappan site might have ended because there are evidences of absence of distinctive artifacts like seal, pottery, etc. So arrival of Aryans. Around 1500 BCE, a group of nomadic people known as the Aryans moved out of their homeland in Central Asia and came toward Indus Valley region. They moved south into northern India and conquered the Harappans and created a new Indian society based on Aryan culture and institutions. So, many historians believe that Harappan civilization was invaded by the Central Asian nomadic people. You know, nomadic people mean those who rear sheep, goat, and other animals, and they hardly live a settled life, so they keep moving in search of grassland for their animal. So by 1500 BCE, it is assumed that the Aryans came from Central Asia, they occupied the Harappan area, and probably this is how the Harappan civilization came to an